Hello Curious! Get ready because there will be some shockingly big sums of money heading your way. And there have been some updates in the ever-ongoing case of Britney Spears' conservatorship, and now it's all because of the singer's attorney has accused her father Jamie of extorting $2 million in exchange for him stepping down as conservator. And if you think that is a large sum of money, then you haven't heard anything yet. Just how much money has he allegedly made off his daughter since 2008? Will the womanizer singer ever be able to get the money back? Why are fans concerned about her estimated net worth? And have any of her other family members been taking advantage of it? Before we start learning the mind-boggling sums of cash involved, make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our daily videos. Britney Spears has been making money from performing since she was a child, and first appearing on the Mickey Mouse Club and then later continuing with her career, which made her into the legendary pop star that she is today. And we're not going to talk too much about how she rose to fame or about her conservatorship case, as we have done so plenty of times, so we'll leave you with a link to our playlist about her, which is currently being displayed above. But for now, make sure to stay with us to find out just how much money her father made off of her. Recently, the case has once again been in the headlines as Jamie Spears agreed that it would be best for him to step down as the conservatorship, but however he did not provide when that would happen, and as reported by Variety, Spears' attorney Matthew Rosengart had argued that their father is seeking his leverage of stepping down to get to her estate to pay him out $1.3 million in attorney fees and an additional $500,000 to a former management company, as well as additional payments to Jamie himself. And that is something that has also outraged the fans, with some commenting that this is as if Jamie was blackmailing them, with others adding that he has been living off of his daughter's money for such a long time and that it was ridiculous that he was asking for more. But what exactly is the singer's net worth? Well, as per Forbes magazine, it is estimated to be around $60 million. And while that's still an impressive amount, it doesn't look like much less than other pop stars have been earning, with their net worths being in the hundreds. And here, however, the publications had also noted that with the ongoing spending of her money, about which we will talk about in a moment, she hasn't been earning as much, as she stopped doing TV commercials in 2015 and hasn't released new music since 2016, and she's stopped touring in 2018. So what has it all been spent on? Of course, to upkeep the singer's residence and for her spending expenses, but also for child support money, and she pays for her ex-husband Kevin Federline. And if you want to know more about those sums, you can check out our previous video by clicking on the link above. But for now, make sure you stay with us until the very end. Though as most internet users reckoned, and as Forbes pointed out in their article, thanks to the documents they obtained, a lot of money goes to her conservator and her father Jamie Spears. And here it is worth reminding you that as per Lynne's memoir, he is a welder by trade, and when the two first met, they worked at an oil refinery and construction sites, and in the early 80s he had his own construction business, and then later, along with his wife, they built a spa. But as Lynne later revealed, when he later neglected his business, she was left to face bill collectors, and by the time in 1996 when young Brit told them that she wanted to sin, the parents had no idea how to pay for travel and for auditions. Though as you can tell, Curious, that later changed when she started earning, and once in 2008 the conservatorship was put on her, James was one in charge of her finance. But what exactly did that mean for him, and what sums of money was he taken away from it? Well, according to Forbes, thanks to the situation, he makes $16,000 monthly, along with the additional sum of $2,000 to pay for an office space that he is renting. And as the publication stated, over the period of 12 years, this has totaled to $2.4 million. And in addition to his monthly salary, a report from the New York Times had pointed out that he would also collect portions from her touring revenue, which Forbes suggested could explain Brit's accusations that he was forced to work and perform despite not wanting to work when feeling sick. So those payouts allegedly included 1.5% of the ticket merchandise sales from her popular piece of the Me Vegas residency that ran between 2013 and 2017. And while the show had grossed an estimated $137.7 million, this would have left Jamie with $2.1 million to his pocket. And it was also reported that he got 2.95% commission off the 2011 Femme Fatale tour, taking a total of $500,000 from it. So if all of those sums weren't crazy enough, there is more. As part of a quirk from the conservatorship arrangement, conservatees are often required to pay for both their own attorneys and for those of their conservators, which was surely amassed hundreds of thousands, if not millions, in legal fees that she paid for her father. father. While the total that she has spent on them is not public, a court record from 2018 and 2019 detailed that between October 1st of 2018 and October 31st of 2019, the law firm Freeman & Smiley, which had represented Brit's father at the time, charged the toxic singer $170,000, and another one for her own court-ordered attorney from November 6, 2016 to October 10th of 2018 came to a total of $331,940.50 for 698.7 hours of work. So that's pretty hard to wrap your head around all of those sums of money that have been spent out of the cash that she has earned. Well, let's just add more to this. Will Forbes, who had totaled a sum that Jamie had potentially received from his daughter before tax to be $5 million, and they had asked the question whether it would be possible for her to ever get that money back. Well, while it's not completely out of the question, experts say that it is very, very unlikely. Britney has expressed an interest in charging Jamie with conservatorship abuse, but in order for a criminal charge to be brought against him or for her to reclaim those millions back, she would have to provide clear evidence of financial wrongdoing. And Tamar Armeniak, who worked on the Amanda Bynes guardianship case, spoke with Vulture and said that there are records of Jamie's incomes and spending which would be hard to prove that he is misspending Mrs. Spears' money. And it's all because the official conservatorship for his daughter and his income and expenses have been approved by the court, and his monthly allowance and the rent of his office space have been both approved and signed off on. And while experts had estimated that the singer had lost millions over the years that she had been under the conservatorship, fans reckon that it is not just her father that has been taking advantage of her money. And according to media reports, Jamie hasn't done anything flashy with cash like buy himself a house, as far as we are concerned, that is. And the Times had first reported that he has been living in an RV parked on the outskirts of Kentwood, Louisiana, where the singer family is from. Though her mother Lynne, on the other hand, has also been living in a mansion in the same town that she has been and still and is, according to the statement by Jamie, being paid for by her daughter's earned money. So, as the patriarch of the family stated, for the past 12 years, she has lived in the Louisiana mansion, and all of her utility bills, weekly maid service, and all of her maintenance had been paid for by the conservatorship estate. And according to the insider who reviewed the statement, the total cost per year allegedly comes up to $150,000, which to date would have to be a $2 million sum. And here, Curious, we remind you that for the most part, Britney's mother has been quiet where her ongoing struggles are concerned, and has only spoken out about her daughter and first spoken up for herself in court. So another person who might have benefited from the singer's cash could have been the very person who has been claiming on social media to have never taken a dime from Brit's money. And that is none other than her sister Jamie Lynne. And she often had replied to the naysayers online claiming that she had never spent any money and that didn't belong to her. So while that might have not have been true, there might have been another way that she had benefited from it, namely the posh condo in Destin, Florida, which she has often gushed about and insinuated that it either belongs to her or the Spears family. And a Twitter user had uncovered one of Jamie Lynne's old tweets where she had gushed that they had a condo in Destin, yet according to the tax documents obtained by the Sun, and the property is listed under the Bridgemore Timber LLC, a company that Britney has owned since 2000 and which was managed in part by her father starting in 2012 as her conservator. Plus, the Destin condo is also listed as a property of Brit in the conservatorship filings from 2009. And so, as the media reports seems to suggest that this is the same condo that her sister was talking about. And maybe while she never took any money from her, well, she might have benefited in other ways. So Curious, what are your thoughts on the situation? Are you surprised at the amount of money that Jamie Spears got off of his daughter? Do you think that there might be more to her money spent that we don't know about? And do you believe that Jamie Lynne never spent any of her sister's money? And in your opinion, are there any chances that Britney can ever get the money back? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Until next time.